dear. Oh, busy morning here on the Sing Along Tim's Homemade House Concerts. Sing along, Tim. How are you this morning?
I'm full.
Hi, everybody out there. Welcome to Friday.
It's Friday, just like any other day at the moment, right?
Yeah.
So today, Lori Nancy, when I woke up this morning and I went to the kitchen and I looked out in the backyard, you'll never believe what I saw.
What did you see?
I saw a possum.
Say it again.
A possum.
Oh,
yeah.
Interesting. Tell us more.
Well, instead of telling you, why don't I sing you? Because I've written a song about it.
A new song, everybody.
I saw a possum in my backyard, my backyard, my backyard. I saw a possum in my backyard, and I'm not even kidding. Now the possum has an incredible tail, an incredible tail, an incredible tail. The possum has an incredible tail, and I'm not even kidding. Now the possum uses his tail like a hand, his tail like a hand, his tail like a hand. The possum uses its tail like a hand, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not. The possum uses his tail like a hand for holding things, for holding things. The possum uses his tail like a hand, and I'm not even kidding. Now the possum uses his tail like a hand that comes out of his bum for holding things. The possum uses its tail like a hand, and I'm not even kidding. There's so many things to see, to know, and understand. One of those things is a possum uses his tail like a hand that comes out of his bum. Now the possum has an incredible tail, an incredible tail, an incredible tail. The possum has an incredible tail, and I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding.
That is a fun song, Sing Along Tim, but it deserves one of these.
I think you're right.
New song from Sing Along Tim about a possum. Amazing, thank you. Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this Friday morning. We've got a bunch of folks who are saying hello, Sing Along Tim.
Who? Lori Nancy Kalamansky. Tell us who.
Okay, let me tell you. We've got Liam. Hi, Liam. Hi, Zach and Aiden. And hello, Izzy. Welcome back. We've got, Felix, Flora, and Hugo. Welcome, welcome. Hello, Dean in Toronto. Hi, Jacob and Daniel. And Thea. Yeah, so good to see you guys. Hey, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who sent us in photos of you dressed up like pirates. Sing Along Tim and I just loved seeing all of your costumes. Awesome. Okay, I think it's time for the math question. All right, you got your dice ready, Sing Along Tim? Give it a shake. And 1, 2, 3. Let's see what's in my tea this morning. What have you got? 3. I've got a 4. Okay, so this week we are doing subtraction, and we would like to know what is 4 minus 3? If you know the answer, type it in or get someone to help you out. Okay, and we will read out your answers later on. You have been really good at the math question this week.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're so smart. You're all so smart. Okay, well, we know it's Friday, and Friday means one thing. Every week is our special guest show.
Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, awesome. We are so excited today because we are bringing you another friend of ours who is an artist, a chef, a friend, and the Indigenous Cultural Competency Trainer at U of T. He is an amazing person. He's done all sorts of fun things. He was the office manager for Muskrat Magazine, and he's just full of great information and stories to tell. So without further ado, let us welcome to the screen Mr. John Crouch.
You came to join us today. So I am Ojibwe. I'm a First Nations person. We call ourselves the Anishinaabe. Whenever we gather, we always like to do a smudge so that we have a good mind. So today I have sage.
Oh,
Sage is one of our sacred medicines. So I'm going to light the sage and do a smudge so that we all have good thoughts. I also have my sacred eagle feather. So you see the smoke goes up to the Creator and gives us a good mind. So what I do is I smudge in the 4 directions to give thanks to the Creator. So I smudge to the east, I smudge to the south, and then I smudge to the west, and I smudge to the north. And then what I do is I smudge myself. So I take the smoke up over my head so that my mind has good thoughts. I take the smoke up to my ears so I only hear the good things from people. I take the smudge to my eyes so I see the best in everyone. And I take the smudge to my mouth so that I speak good words. And then I smudge my body down to my feet where I connect with Mother Earth. Now today, thank you for joining me in my smudge. And in my language, I say miigwech, which is thank you. So today I'm going to tell you a story about how Rabbit got his long ears. Now in our traditions, we told these stories in the wintertime when the days were short and it was cold outside and the kids couldn't go outside and play as much because it was too cold. Now in my tradition, the Ojibwe tradition, the Anishinaabe tradition, our parents didn't believe in punishing children. They believed that the best way to teach children was through stories, and stories had lessons. So this is the story of how Rabbit got his long ears. A long time ago, when Rabbit was first on Earth, he had very short ears. One day he had nothing to do. He was very bored. So he decided to play a trick on all the other animals. He told Beaver, "Did you know that the sun was not going to rise again today?" Of course, Beaver told Squirrel, and Squirrel told Chipmunk, and Chipmunk told Skunk, and so on. The story soon got around, and all the animals were worried. The animals were all upset. They said, "If the sun is not going to shine anymore, it'll be dark and cold like winter. We will have to gather our food and get ready right now." Even Bear was worried. He began to eat blueberries around him so he could grow fat and store his food. Squirrel was busy gathering all the nuts he could find. Everyone was getting busy, ready for the sun not to shine again. They had no time to play even. It was a nice summer, even though it was a nice summer day. Now Rabbit really thought this was funny. He hid in the bushes. He was laughing and laughing as he watched the other animals all running around trying to get ready for the sun not to shine anymore. Along came Glooskap. Now, Glooskap is a Mi'kmaq, which are East Coast First Nations people. Glooskap is what we call a trickster figure. He teaches lessons to the Mi'kmaq people. So he was going to teach a lesson today. Normally, the animals were all glad to see Glooskap. They usually gathered around to talk to him. But this day, no one ran up to greet him. Glooskap asked Bear, "How are you? How is everything going?" Bear said, "I don't have time to talk to you." Glooskap just kept walking. No one paid any attention to him. Glooskap went back to Bear. "What's wrong with you? You're not talking to me. What is going on? Talk to me. Something is wrong," Glooskap said. "Well, don't you know," Bear said, "the sun is not going to shine today. So I have to hurry up. I have to get ready for winter now. This is what everyone is doing." Glooskap told Bear, "Whoever told you that story is lying. It's not true." So Glooskap called a meeting with all the animals, and they all gathered around him in a circle. He got to the bottom of it. He said, "Who told you, Bear?" Bear said, "Raccoon told me." And Raccoon said, "Well, Chipmunk told me." Everyone said who they heard the story from, all the way down to Beaver. Beaver said, "It was Rabbit who told me." Glooskap said, "Well, where is Rabbit?" Rabbit was really scared, so he hid in the bushes. Glooskap knew for sure then that Rabbit had started the story. "Where is Rabbit?" he asked. "Not here. He is gone. He must be hiding," Beaver said. Glooskap went and looked in the bushes. He found Rabbit, and when he did, he grabbed him by the ears out of the bushes, and that's how Rabbit got his long ears. Now, the lesson from that story is not to tell lies. I hope you enjoyed that story.
Thank you so much, John. That was really wonderful.
That was an amazing story. I love it. Thank you so much. That's just wonderful.
I especially liked all the voices that you did for all the different animals.
They all have different voices.
I have a few questions for you that I'd like to ask you, if that's all right.
Sure.
Could you tell me a little bit more about you started by doing a smudge.
Yes.
Can you tell us just a little bit more about what the smudge is? I just love the image of giving thanks to the Creator and cleansing our ears and our eyes and our bodies. But so it's a sort of a ceremony, is it? What exactly is it?
It's a ceremony that we do whenever we have a meeting or whenever we gather together. It's so that we have a good mind and we treat people well. So that we see good things, we hear good things, and we speak good words.
Amazing. Thank you.
It's about kindness.
Mm-hmm. Could you tell us a little bit more about your eagle's feather?
My eagle feather. Okay. Well, with the eagle feather, I received this from an elder. The elders are the older people who are very, very wise. They teach us so many things. Now, the symbolism of the eagle feather is the eagle flies the highest of any bird. So he's the closest to creation, the closest to Creator, right? And so what this symbolized for me when I received this was the idea that I had foresight, that I could see far into the distance. So it was a great honor to receive this eagle feather.
Wow, very cool. John, I noticed you got an interesting T-shirt on there with some different kind of lettering and stuff. Could you tell us about the T-shirt that you're wearing?
Yeah, this is a T-shirt I received for being a helper, for helping the elders when they talk to young people. So this is also an honor as well. You know, it says helper here. And those funny letters here, that's called syllabics. That was created by the Jesuit priests so that we could communicate in writing, because we did not have a written language. We're oral tradition people.
Right.
Yeah, and that's part of what we wanted to talk about today was that tradition of oral storytelling and the importance of passing on stories.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're so glad you could join us today, John.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, and I hope that all your guests had a good time today.
Well, I'll have you know that people are already typing in. Krista says that she really liked the story, and you're getting some hellos from folks out there too. So John's going to stick around with us while we do some songs, and he's got some suggestions for some of the songs too. And I think our song coming up is going to use some suggestions from some of our viewers, right? Sing along, Tim?
That's right. Next, we're going to do a song, John, that we've been working on called the Keep On song. We're asking everybody to help us with this song because we're asking them what they've been doing to stay happy and to stay healthy during these unprecedented times.
Yes.
To use the language of the day. John, what have you been doing to stay happy and healthy during these times?
Well, what I've been doing is I've been eating well, and I've been exercising, and when I'm feeling a little bit down, I meditate.
Oh, that's a good one.
We use you're meditating in our song today?
Yes, please do. I would like that.
Great.
Great. We're going to give you a little break, John, but we're going to bring you back in a minute.
Okay.
We'll see you soon.
Ready, Lloyd Kalamansky?
Okay, sing along, Tim. Are you ready out there, folks?
I'm gonna keep on playing. I'm gonna keep on playing. I'm gonna keep on playing. How about you? How about you, Lord Kalamansky?
I'm gonna keep on singing. I'm gonna keep on singing. I'm gonna keep on singing and playing. How about you? How about you? Over you, sing along, Tim.
All right. So we've been asking you for the past few weeks what you've been doing, and we've had some suggestions. A couple of weeks ago, we had skipping. So we're going to add skipping. I'm going to keep on skipping. I'm going to keep on skipping. I'm going to keep on skipping and singing and playing. How about you? How about you?
Sing along, Tim. I think we had a suggestion from our friend Iriella to keep on listening. So I'm going to try that one. I'm going to keep on listening. I'm going to keep on listening. I'm going to keep on listening and skipping and singing and playing. How about you? How about you?
We had another suggestion from our friend Rita, and she said that what she's been doing to stay happy and healthy during these unprecedented times is that she's been running. So we're going to add that in now. I'm going to keep on running. I'm going to keep on running. I'm going to keep on running and listening and skipping and singing and playing. How about you? How about you?
Okay, I'm going to add in John's suggestion, meditating. Here we go. I'm going to keep on meditating. I'm going to keep on meditating. I'm going to keep on meditating and running and listening and skipping and singing and playing. How about you? How about you? Sing along, Tim. Can we add one last one? Because Krista or Felix wrote in that he's going to keep on sleeping.
Oh, yeah.
So sleeping, meditating, running, listening, skipping, singing, playing. Go for it.
I'm going to keep on sleeping. I'm going to keep on sleeping. I'm going to keep on sleeping and meditating and running and listening and skipping and singing and playing. How about you? How about you?
You're going to keep on remembering, sing along, Tim. That's really good memory work. Okay. Speaking of listening, it's time for the quiz. And I hope that viewers out there were listening, because I would like to know, please, what were the animals in John's story? If you can type some of them in, or all of them in, if you were listening and can remember, that would be amazing. Okay, I'm going to put up that question for us. And then I'm going to show us our craft, which is also based on John's story. Okay, there is the quiz question. So start thinking about that. Okay, sing along, Tim. We'll see you in a minute. Okay, everybody, it is craft time. And I'm excited to show you what we're going to make today based on John's story. We are going to make a rabbit that's running away. He's already got his long ears. I'll bring it nice and close so you can have a look. Yeah, and we get to use our fingers for the legs. So here's how we make it. Here's what you're going to need. You're going to need some paper. If you like, you can have different colors or even white paper. You can color it in with pencils and markers. I used some extra cardboard to make it nice and thick on the back. Just finished my Raisin Bran this morning, so I used some of that. Okay, you're going to need, I found this really helpful, a soup can. What are we going to do with a soup can? I'm going to show you in a minute. And a nickel and a cotton ball. So soft. Okay, so here's what we're going to do with the can. Oh, and a pen, maybe some tape, scissors, glue, you know, the usual. So we're going to take our can and we're going to trace a circle, because I'm not so good at drawing circles and I find it easier if you hold your can on your piece of paper, you go around it with the pencil, and then you get a perfect outline. Inside of that, you want to put your nickel and trace out some circles. I'm going to tell you a secret. I used a quarter because I've got bigger fingers, but if you're little, you might want to use a nickel or a dime. And then for the head of the rabbit, I used a smaller can, traced around that. Couple ears. What you want to do is cut it all out. So you're going to end up with the body with two circles. That's where our fingers are going to go. The head, and then the ears. Right? Tape it together. You're going to have that shape. Your fingers are ready there. I added a cotton ball to the side to have a little tail, some eyeballs, a little face. I even added in some pink ears. I folded over the tips just to give them a little movement. And then you've got your rabbit. And you can do lots of other animals too if you want to use all your fingers. I made this zebra. That brings me a lot of joy. Okay, so that's today's craft. If you decide to make it, please take a photo and send it in to us, because we love seeing your crafts. Okay, come on back, sing along, Tim.
Lori, Nancy, another fine craft, and I gotta say, I love the zebra. I love it how you always go a little further than is required.
Thanks. All right. What do you think, sing along, Tim? Should we move on to answering the math question?
I think we should, yes.
Okay, so answering the math question. The question was, what is 4 minus 3? And we did have some folks type in answers. I believe we had Aiden, Asher, Liam, and Jamie and Iriella. And they all said the answer to the math question is 1. Did you all hear that well?
Lori, Nancy, they're also good at this. I mean, because I'm, a seasoned D&D player, not really that seasoned, but I have some dice that have more than 6 sides.
Sing along, Tim.
One of those to make the math problems a little more difficult.
Sing along, Tim. Live. Someone's at my door. Can you take over for a second?
Absolutely. I will do my best. Okay. Now, the next thing that we have to do is answer the animal quiz question that John asked. What were all the animals in the story that John told us? And because I am being controlled by Lori Nancy, I don't actually know who answered that question yet. Lori Nancy, you got a package.
I got a package and I really didn't want to miss the delivery person. So thank you for that. Where are we at?
Lori Nancy, I was just wondering who had answered the questions of naming all the animals in John's story.
Yes, thank you. So everybody, we had lots of great answers come in. Krista said bear, raccoon, rabbit, squirrel, chipmunk, goose cap. Izzy says there was a rabbit. Krista added in a beaver. Aiden said that there's a rabbit in John's story. Okay, there were a lot of animals in that story, weren't there?
Yeah. Good answers, everybody. Great answers.
Fabulous. Good listening skills. So we're going to bring John back, and maybe he can help answer the mystery. Solve it for us. Oh.
Hi.
Hey.
Good answers. Really good answers. You were listening very closely. So the animals that were in my story were rabbit. Everyone got rabbit, I think. Beaver, squirrel, chipmunk, but I don't know if anyone got skunk. Bear and raccoon. Those were all the animals.
I think you stumped them on skunk.
Yeah.
That was good.
Yeah.
Thanks, John. That was a good quiz question today, a tricky one.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of animals.
What we like to do at the end of the week, John, is we like to remind folks of all the crafts that we made this week.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do our hand washing song. Will you help us close out the show with some hand washing?
I would love to.
Great. We just want to say thank you so much to John Crouch, our special guest today, for the fabulous story and teaching us all about smudging and some of the oral traditions. Yes, sing on, Tim.
John, I was wondering if you could give Lori Nancy or I, if there's a particular website or anything where people could go to learn more of those stories and learn more about your culture. If there's a couple of website links that you could give to us after the show, we'll pass them on through the Facebook page to our friends at home in case they want to learn some more of the stories and more about your culture and your traditions.
Well, I think Good Minds.
Good Minds?
That's where people can order children's books.
Oh, beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm writing it down, and I will post it after the show. We'll post a link for that. Thanks, John. That's a great suggestion.
You're welcome.
Okay, so I'm going to remind folks of the things we made this week. Sing along, Tim. On Monday, I believe we made a handy-dandy desk organizer out of, you guessed it, toilet paper rolls. And then on Wednesday, whoa, my pirate fell out. Superman, get back in there. We made this pirate ship. And then, of course, today we made some rabbits running away. But I wanted to just thank everybody who's been sending in photos of the crafts that you've been making, your costumes. And we had some fabulous submissions this week. I wanted to share Jacob and Daniel. I'm going to make the screen my own here for a second. Look at these amazing pirate ships they made. I'm seeing skull and crossbones back there. I'm seeing a big J for Jacob and a D for Daniel. And they didn't have the egg cartons, so they made it out of plastic containers. It was really clever. And then our friend Krista, Felix, Flora, and Hugo also showed us what they made out of the potato print last week. Caterpillars. Amazing. Thanks. Okay, sing along, Tim. Tell us about Monday.
Okay, I will tell you about Monday. On Monday, it's our All Request show, as usual. But this particular Monday, every once in a while, we do a covers show where we're going to play songs that aren't by us or aren't from our repertoire. And we've had a number of requests for covers that aren't by us or not from our repertoire. So on Monday, we will be playing those songs that have been requested. But if you do want to know songs by us from our repertoire, there are 3 albums that we have, or 3 albums that I have right here, and they're all upside down. So that's a challenge. This one's called Bunchy Sleeves and Bendy Knees. It's the full band. You can get that on Spotify or Google Play or on Bandcamp or through our website. Due to the Bus Pass, which is a solo album that I made. It's more like a demo tape and Suitcase Full of Songs. Those are both available through Bandcamp. You can stream them for free or show your support by buying them. And we have another album that Lori Nancy sometimes has called Folk on Bikes that you can also get through Bandcamp or from our website.
Great. Okay. Let's wash our hands.
Yeah, let's get our hands washed. So we always start by turning on the taps. Ready to turn on the taps?
Yeah.
The World Health Organization says you gotta wash your hands with soap and water, front and back and top and bottom. Make sure that you wash them often, in between your fingers, around both of your thumbs, your knuckles and your wrists. Don't forget your palms. Wash for 30 seconds, and you're done. Like this song. Here we go again.
Good job.
The organization says you gotta wash your hands with soap and water, front and back and top and bottom. Make sure that you wash them often, in between your fingers, around both of your thumbs, your knuckles and your wrists. Don't forget your palms. Wash for 30 seconds, and you're done. Like this song. One more time. The World Health Organization says you gotta wash your hands with soap and water, front and back and top and bottom. Make sure that you wash them often, in between your fingers, around both of your thumbs, your knuckles and your wrists. Don't forget your palms. Wash for 30 seconds, and you're done. Like this song. Bye, everybody. Thanks, John.
Thank you, John.
Miigwech.
Miigwech.